you should be careful of being a man's first bad bee. When someone is not used to a bad bee, and they know the attention you get from even their friends and other men, when they walk into a restaurant with you, when you're dressed up, you have your makeup, you have your outfit, and they see how other people react to you, and how even from afar they see other people treat you, they feel insecure because they know you can have everything you want. So what did this guy try to do? Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you're new here. I am Sis on Space, and today I'm talking in reference of a story time that I promised you guys in my old video. I think Signs Your Body's Accepting Someone. I'm going to talk about the reason why pretty girls or good looking women, or if you're a bad bee, should have some meanness to them. And when I say being mean, I don't mean be a rude person and don't say hello to people and walk with a stern face and just treat people like trash. No. When I mean mean, it's having strong boundaries, being assertive, being a little bit of I don't take no BS, because it really helps you a lot. And what I've noticed about bad bees is that some of them, they don't even know they're bad. They don't even know that because of their beauty, they can get into places that even a man who is working hard can get into. They can get into rooms that hardworking people who don't have the looks can get into. When you have physical attraction, like that beauty, even though it's superficial, of course, even though it's just like surface, and the fact that someone is beautiful doesn't mean they're intelligent or they're going to do the right things all the time. But as human beings, we tend to want to have attractive things around us. Look at all the commercials we have. It's always done by a really good looking guy, model, who has a good body. The face is like tea, or a beautiful woman, like extremely beautiful, drop dead, which is going to attract people to that product or to that whatever they're trying to sell to people. So at the long run, beauty is currency. If you look at rich people, Hollywood, in our normal daily life, men who have the money, who have the means and access to beautiful things, always get the beautiful things. Like a millionaire wouldn't be driving a Honda. They will get a Porsche, a Mercedes, because it's beautiful and it's luxurious, just to prove their success. And the same way, if you're a bad bee, insecure men who realize you don't know your worth and you're not assertive, you don't have boundaries, you don't have standard, will try to get you just to flaunt that they are successful. And then they're going to break you down to their level so that they can be able to, contain you or to have you. It's like having an expensive thing on sale and you buy it. And you have to be aware, it doesn't matter what circumstance you are in. Because I was in a situation in my life where I was so vulnerable, I would say. I was so vulnerable, and I'm even shy talking about this on camera, but I promise you guys, I was so vulnerable in the point that I went with someone that wasn't necessarily my type. He was someone I wouldn't date because financially, he wasn't all that, he wasn't doing well. Physically, no, he doesn't work out. He eats anything, like he wasn't taking care of his body. And I value that. I take care of my body a lot. I'm the girl who goes to the gym, who tries to work out every day. At least I move my body. Even if I'm not working out, I'm going to walk 10 to 15K every day just to move my body. He wasn't that type of person. He was always complaining about his job. Okay? He was really insecure. And you can tell that if not for the fact that we work in the same place, and it even happens to a lot of bad bees, if not for the same that person's your neighbor, or it's the same work, or maybe the same church, or some random circumstance, it's hard for that person to have access to you, to even see you and talk to you, because they know there is no way in this world to have access to you, right? And I show you guys the face, like how my face was when I was with this guy, and how every time I go with him, because we had breaks in between, like how when I was with him, I had a lot of acne on my face. And that is because my intuition, and I always say this, listen to intuition. If you're a pretty woman, if you're a bad bee, if you're a girl who's gorgeous, who's cute, you always need to listen to intuition, because some men don't come for the right reason. Like I say, some men come because they know the attention you get from other people. They know other people talk about you. They know other people pedestalize you, and they know that them having you is like a trophy. It's a way to rub it in people's face. They don't want you, okay? They don't even like you. They just need you to represent something for them. So they come at you, love bomb you, and I didn't even know what love bomb was until the relationship was over. And I researched. I was like, okay, he did a really good job. He did a really good job at that. So be careful, because some men will love bomb you. And even though I didn't know what love bomb is, when I was with him, my body didn't feel right, and it told me that, like, we should just keep him as a friend. I was bored, and he was saying the right words at the right time, and that made me feel like, okay, maybe I'm overthinking. Like I always say, that's why I keep telling women, don't ever tell yourself, oh, I'm overthinking, I'm this and that. Sometimes it's not overthinking, it's your soul speaking to you. Because if I knew what I know now, okay, with the acne that I was having and how my menstrual cycle was really, really bad, I would have noticed this person didn't come for the right reason. And that messed up my mind. When I was with him, I felt a lot of blockages in my life, in the sense that things that I wanted to do wasn't succeeding. I had like this, how do you call it? Like, I didn't have clarity, okay? I couldn't think well. I knew I wanted to do YouTube, but I was so stuck on the fact that how am I going to do it? I had so much fears. And I remember talking to him about it. And as a girl who's used to dating men who are very supportive, and anytime I tell them my dreams, they try and like help me in any way possible, whether it's them getting me like anything, just support me. This was someone I told, and they laughed and they didn't take it serious. They made me feel like I wasn't going to be successful, and I wasn't smart enough to take on that career, which is YouTube. And that really took that confidence from me, because I know I'm a very I'm very good speaking publicly. I've always done that since I was a little girl. Even though I haven't tried on YouTube, I knew it was calling my name. So I told him as a partner, because you can't do something without telling your partner. So I told him, and that is another thing. Don't tell big dreams to people that your intuition is telling you to stay away from. Don't. Because if your intuition, or if something is telling you this person isn't good for your soul, you don't tell them. You keep things from them. Try as much as possible, because you never know what you might be protecting yourself from by keeping your mouth shut. Okay? And also, don't date someone who isn't supportive of your dreams. That is a red flag. That is a red flag. A man who can't cheer you on, buy you something to support it, or give you money to even start if maybe you don't have, it's a red flag. You should always be with someone who treats you as equally as they treat themselves. Okay, so if you're a pretty woman, learn to love yourself, so you can choose partners based on how much you love yourself. So you're going to choose someone who loves you equally, and who also love themselves, so they're going to treat you as a part of them, not like something that they use for their benefit publicly or socially. So when I was with this person, I knew I wanted to move out from where I was and have my own apartment. It never worked out. With him, everything I tried to establish or do just didn't work out. At first, I wasn't pointing the finger at him. I was like, why? I've never had such such difficulty getting things. And I know sometimes you don't get everything you want because that's protection. But this is something which is good for me. I prayed about it. I used to have bad dreams when I was with him. I used to have a lot of nightmares. Never clicked to me. My menstrual cycle was very, very bad. Like the worst of my life when I was with him. And I remember somewhere along the line, we took a break in the relationship because he showed me who he was after love bombing me for like 3 months, and we took a trip. And during that trip, when they say you don't know someone until they're angry, or you take a trip, or they're frustrated, they lose something, maybe they miss a flight, and then you get to know them. So during that time, there were some delays, so he got really angry, and I understand. I hate getting delayed also when we have to be somewhere on time. But he never spoke to me throughout the whole journey. And that to me was a red flag. He was being like stone, like very cold, like stone wall cold. And that to me is a red flag, because you can't tell me you be in a car with me for 3 hours and you're going to give me attitude like you're a princess. Anyway, I ended up gaslighting myself, which is also a manipulating tactic. I feel like people who play this silent treatment are manipulators. If something bothers you and you really like the person, you would tell them, hey, what you did really hurt me. Don't do that next time. Because we're getting to know each other. This is the beginning of the relationship. So I'm expecting you, just like I tell him when things really hurt me, even if I'm angry and I say angrily, and I know sometimes I say angrily, so it's not the right thing, but at least I let them know that this thing really bothered me. And we move on from there. You're silent throughout the whole journey. We got there, you're still silent. We did activities, so many attitude, whatever. I didn't like it, so to me, it confirmed what my body was trying to tell me, that this person might not be in love with me. And they just love the fact that when we're outside, I make him feel good. I make him look good. I make him look good to people, like, oh, you chose a bad bee. Or like, you chose a girl who's very pretty. And I even saw it on his friend's face. I'm like, haven't you ever dated a bad bee before? And I did my own normal investigation. I realized, no, the girls he dates are girls that, how do I put it? They're type of girls that, from what I heard from source, who meet up in parties, like in apartment parties, and they sleep with men whilst they're drunk or they're high, or like they are high on weed or like drugs. Those kind of women. And I was like, oh, okay, that's weird, because I don't do that. I don't do parties. I rarely do. I'll say this summer I've been to like 2 parties. The whole of this like 3-4 month summer. And even that, my friends had to drag me out. In fact, come pick clothes and be like, where this, like, we're going, you know? That's the kind of person I am. I love to be my own creative bubble, working out, reading books, taking a walk, shopping, making videos, blah, blah, blah. I'm very much inside, but when I come out, I'm out, okay? So, it looked like this person wasn't used to that, because his friends were like oversharing him. And he loved being in public with me. He loved the way I made him look. But I didn't see that as a red flag. I was like, well, maybe he just likes me, da-da-da-da. You should be careful of being a man's first bad bee. When someone is not used to a bad bee, and they know the attention you get from even their friends and other men, when they walk into a restaurant with you, when you're dressed up, you have your makeup, you have your outfit, and they see other people react to you, and how even from afar they see other people treat you, they feel insecure because they know you can have everything you want. So what did this guy try to do? He told me he didn't like me wearing makeup no more. Out of nowhere, I don't know what. From the beginning I used to wear my makeup and all of that. Like today I'm not even wearing makeup. This is my natural skin. But out of nowhere, this guy got pissed when I came out of the house and I had makeup on. And that was me from the beginning. I never tried to hide the fact that I love makeup. He always knew I did makeup. And in fact, from the beginning, he was okay. We would go out and have my makeup and he would compliment me. Oh, you look good. All of a sudden, it's like, oh, why are you wearing makeup? Go back home and take the makeup off. I don't want the makeup. Like, bro, we're going out in public. You want me to show up in a restaurant where every woman is with their partner or even group of friends, and everyone has makeup and good clothes, and you want me to show up busted? It's not like I don't look good natural. Like, I look good natural. I have a nice skin. I don't care, but I'm going out to eat with a man who is my man. You're going to see other girls looking their best with makeup, and you want me to sit in front of you with no makeup. Okay, I don't mind that, but I don't want to feel like that. This became an argument. Then he'll bring it down to my outfit, trying to police my outfits. I don't want you to wear this. I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to do that. And that made me feel uncomfortable, because if you can't handle me, you knew this was who I was. This was how I dressed. This was how I was. Why do you want to change me so bad? Like, this guy wanted to change me so bad that he would bring fights about all of that. Like, something that he liked, now he's trying to make petty fights about it, and we will actually argue about it. And he'll get angry. Like, he's expecting me to apologize for being myself, okay? He was expecting me to change and be who he wants me to be for him, and even apologize for being myself. So that didn't sit right with me. So I remember praying to God and telling God that I don't feel okay in this relationship, but at the same time I feel like this person is a good person. And all this while, I had the acne, I had the very bad menstrual pain, and all of that, and I still prayed about it. So fast forward, we had a break for like 2 months, and as soon as we had the break, my acne started healing, and I got an apartment that quick, which is here. And I remember buying 1 or 2 equipment for my YouTube. As soon as this guy realized I've got an apartment, he crawled back into my life. Some way, somehow, I don't know why I took him back. I don't know why. But I remember us starting to talk again, and he would offer me money like, oh, use this to buy this for your room, da da da. So I was like, oh, maybe he has changed. Maybe he has reflected and he has realized that, there is no need to control a partner. We should all be ourselves, because he's not the best looking partner I want. He doesn't work out. He eats everything. So he's obese. And no insult to anyone who is obese. I think everyone should love their body the way it is. But at least he wasn't even putting in the effort to be the best version of himself. And that really hurt me. And he would try to stop me from going to the gym. Like, he'd be like, oh, I don't like women who work out. He literally told me that. I don't like women who work out. And I was like, bro, what do you mean you don't like women who work out? I like my woman to, just be fluffy and just be, eat whatever she wants and not be so aware that she has to do this. And I'm like, look, I'm not doing this to look like a man. I'm doing this to stay healthy. And he always complains. Anytime I'm going to the gym, he gets angry. So during that break, I started to attract the things that I really, really wanted. And when he came back, I started feeling a lot of body sore. Like, my muscles would really ache me, especially this part of my body. It felt like a burden, because this guy won't stop complaining about his job. Every time in the morning and evening, he would dump all his work complaints on me like I was some Dex. And I should have been assertive. So that is to say, if you're dating someone who is insecure, a guy, and your body is telling you not to do it, learn to assert yourself. Learn to be mean. And be mean is you being assertive. I know men see women with boundaries who are assertive as mean women. Let them think that way. You need to stand your ground and be like, no, I'm not going to let you dump your stuff and you walk away free, stress-free, and you dump your stuff on me. Because I allowed it. I allowed it for a while. I allowed him to feel like he can control me just because I allow myself to be seen around him. I allow myself to, call him mama. So he felt he had that power over me. So it got to a point, I don't know where I gathered the courage from, but I gathered the courage of being very assertive and having boundaries. And I sensed some kind of fear in him. So what did he start to do? He started to call me bad names, and he started to trying to abuse me physically, which is, let me give you an example. Like, he'll do something and I'll complain about it, and he'll say something like, oh, don't be dumb. We never used to say that. Like, he never called me dumb. I was like, why would you use that word? And it's like, oh, it's just a word. And he repeats again. I'm like, I don't like this word. Like, don't call me dumb, because I'm not. And anytime I say that, he'd be like, oh, you're no fun. Like, you're too serious. Da da da. That was me trying to establish boundaries, and it always made it look like I was problematic. So I ended up gaslighting myself, like, oh, am I being too serious? Am I acting crazy? Like, because he'll call me crazy. He used to call me crazy. So you're so crazy. I can't even joke with you. And I was like, am I? And I ended up gaslighting myself. And I was like, should I just allow him to call me that? Because, no. Let your boundaries be your boundaries. Okay? Don't tolerate any kind of bad names from any man. Stop him right there and then in his tracks. Okay? Stop him right there. And I don't care if he's Bill Gates. I don't care if he's Jay-Z. I don't care if he is Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk and he has all the money in the world. Don't let that man disrespect you. Put that boundary up. If that makes him feel uncomfortable, that was a man who was going to abuse you anyway, whether verbally, emotionally, or physically. And then where the physical thing was beginning was, at some time he'll be talking to me and he'll use the back of his hand to hit my shoulder so hard. I'm like, hey, you're hitting me. Are you aware of that? The first time he did it, I was like, When did we start hitting each other like that? And it's not like maybe a tap. It's the back of his hand and like pop, 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 pop. Many times. And I complained. I was like, I don't feel comfortable you doing this. Like, it's weird that now you even use your hand to hit me. I don't feel comfortable. And he'll be like, oh, please, it's just a joke. Can't I just tap you? And I'm like, no, it's different from tapping. You know, like I tap you sometimes when maybe I'm trying to get attention to do something, or I'm trying to bring your awareness to something. I tap you, but it's so gentle. I don't smack you on your shoulder, on your back. This guy started giving me distance like I was crazy. The way I gaslighted myself, it was crazy. I was like, and I couldn't even talk to anyone because I was in between the notion of, does this happen to everyone in their relationship or it's just me? And I've never experienced something like that with any guy. Like no guy I've ever dated. Every guy I dated was so gentle. They don't even tap me. They like rub me, like they treat me like a baby. Am I crazy? Or is this like the new norm? Should I accept this? Like, is that how he is? But that was not how he was. Like, I was gaslighting myself. Because he took that distance, which is a manipulative tactic. If a guy takes distance from you, honestly, there's some guys who try to manipulate you and get you to chase and to lower your standards by them being cold and taking distance from you, so that you fall into this like guilt trip yourself into changing for him. And 9 times out of 10, it will lead to your demise. It will lead to him conquering you and just using you for his benefit. I've never felt this way. It was really bad. I was like, God, I don't know how to break this off. I want to go straight forward, but I want to have a stand-in. I want to have a specific reason why. Let your will be done. If this relationship is not meant for me, show me. And you know how God delivers that kind of message express like Amazon? Fast forward, when I said that prayer, within that week, a work friend of mine came and it's like, hey, I saw your man taking the phone number of this girl. And as soon as he saw me come in, he was looking up the ceiling and he had the girl's phone in his hand. And I was like, oh my God. Okay. And I did my investigation and it happened that yes, he took the girl's phone and put his number and his Instagram in the girl's phone. So that means they communicate, because if you're not communicating with her outside of the job, why do you need her socials and her phone number? So after my investigation, I went straight to him and I was like, you know what? It was nice meeting you. And I've noticed that now we are beginning, that's why I said, I was like, we are beginning to talk to other people outside of this relationship. So it's no more exclusive. So there is no need for us to continue this. Go ahead and talk to other people. I'll go ahead and talk to other people. I don't want to know anything about you. Have a nice life. Oh, no, that's not what you think. I'm like, yeah. Coming to call me crazy again? It's over. Guys, as soon as I broke up with this guy in August, in October, he got married. Funny enough, I don't know if he found someone 10 seconds after we broke up. He got married the next 2 months, which was October. And I heard the story in November that he's married, a month after. Was I surprised? No. Was I disappointed? Yeah, I was. I wasn't expecting that. I felt like he was hiding something from me. I felt like at the end of the day, he already had someone. I don't know. I never bothered to ask the details because, let's be honest, I never really liked him from the get-go. It was a really complicated relationship to begin with, because from the beginning, I didn't like him. So when I let him go, I felt this kind of relief. I felt like, oh, finally. It didn't really bother me. I never shed a tear for him, but I was disappointed. But the good thing is, my skin started healing naturally. All the products I got from different places. I got products from Inky, from how many products did I buy from Ordinary Bunch, CeraVe. None of them healed me. My face looked like someone actually did like punches on my face, and that was my natural face every day. My face started healing naturally. I started like gaining weight naturally. I never struggled anymore. I slept really good. All my body pain just left. I even lost that job because it wasn't good for me. Like, the blessings that started coming in my life, I couldn't comprehend. Like, I didn't even know a lot was waiting for me by me letting go of that thing or that relationship. If I had known, I would have let it go a long time. But that is to say, if you're a really pretty girl, if you're a girl who know your worth, or who sees themselves as beautiful, know your worth. First and first off, know your worth. Because a girl who knows her worth, like right now, if I see someone like him, like not the same person, but I mean someone who embodies that kind of character, I mean, I'm not even attracted to that level, that frequency anymore. The kind of men I attract now are way different. Like, it's scary. Like, it's way on the other side. Like, men who are on their purpose. I mean, men who have purpose, who have a goal. They wake, like, something wakes them up every day. They don't complain about their job. They don't even talk about how much in fact, they love their job. I date men who love their job, who talk well about their job and even expanding it. Like, it drives them. They're ambitious. Like, the men I go with now are so ambitious that it even motivates me to work hard. And they're so supportive that when I tell them this is what I do, they subscribe. They try to, like, give me tips. I remember this guy that, like, we were seeing each other for a while, and he was also a big YouTuber. It's like, do this, do that, like, try and be consistent, try and show your face. He was the one who told me, like, try and show your face. People want to connect to someone, not just the pictures. And I'm like, sometimes I get, like, I'm in my bed and I get the idea. It's like, yeah, do that, but show your face more, because you're like a brand, you know. And he'll give me all these great tips. He was never insecure. He didn't care. He would always check up, like, how's it going? How, like, keep on doing. Like, I started the same way. Men who are, like, very secure and men who are insecure are two different type of animals. I don't know. But make sure you date the man who's very secure, who's very supportive, who dates bad bees, okay? Don't be his bad bee. Don't be his first bad bee. If you're a man's first bad... if you're a man's first bad bee... you are going to be used as a sacrifice. He's going to punish you for that. Because 9 times out of 10, he wouldn't know how to handle you. He has never had something like that. Imagine someone bought you a car and you've never driven a car like that before. You're going to mess it up eventually before you even get to, like, you get used to it. You're going to mess it up before you get used to it. So that's how it is. If he has never dated a baddie before, he only dates women who are like one night standers and who just date him for like a month or two and leave him and sleep with their best friend, because his ex slept with his best friend. His ex was the type he met at a party, they hooked up, and that was it. And they've been hooking up since, and just went ahead and did it with one of his closest friends. So he has never really dated someone who is loyal, who's very exclusive with him. He has never had that. I was the first person who was really exclusive with him, never cheated, never, like, no cheating, just loyal, always been there for him, caring for him. I was the first. And the prettiest. So he didn't know what to do with that, and I don't care. I'm not trying to give him a pass. He just fumbled it. So be with a man who's used to, you know, being around bad bees, girls who have things going on for them. Because if you're with a man who doesn't have anything going on for them and they hate their job, they hate their body, they hate where they are, they live with their parents, they drive a very bad car, their bank account is messed up, like, this guy is always in debt. I don't even know why I settled, but thank God I moved on. Date men who are financially stable. At least they're not living with their parents, they live by themselves, they're very responsible, they can take care of themselves enough to take care of you. Those are the only men you should take serious. And that is the lesson that taught me, and I'm giving that over to you. I hope this helps with the whole lesson I've learned from that relationship, and not just the reason why I messed up my face, my body, but also the fact that have high standards. If you're a pretty girl, have high standards. There are men who walk away when you stay down, like, this is what I expect, this is what you should do, this is what I want and I expect. They are going to walk away, and those are the men that are not meant for you. And there are also men who are used to women who don't have boundaries, who just go with the flow until they crash. Don't be that type of woman. Always go with the man who has a path, who has a plan so he can lead you. Don't just follow a clown because he will perform just to get the validation of the villagers. Go with a king. Go with a man who respects your boundaries. In fact, he expects you to have boundaries because he has boundaries. So he expects you to have some boundaries because that's what is protecting you as a woman. That is what is giving, I don't take this type of BS. This is what my life entails. And that's it, punto. Go with that type of man, because most of the time successful men, and I don't mean just financially, but mentally, emotionally, and all of that, have some type of boundaries. That's the reason why they are disciplined and they got to where they are. When you're with these type of men, you don't worry about, most of the time they barely cheat, and if they do it, it really happens. I mean, I've dated both sides and I can see, like, because this other guy that we're talking about, he will flirt with girls in my face. Okay, he will be over smiling with girls whilst I'm there. And I'm like, and I remember one time asking, do you know this girl? And he's like, oh no, I just met her. Why you being so nice? And it's like, oh, I'm a nice person. But the men who are of value, who are successful, they don't try to look at, like, yeah. I remember going on a date with this guy. He's super successful. I like his vibe. Look, when he's talking to me, he's like, he sits really close to me and he's looking at me, fixated. Whoever is passing, he doesn't even look. His mind, his body is turned towards me. Okay, men who have a purpose, who are not just walking around looking for the next hot thing to smash, don't like leaking their energies around. You might think those men are cheaters, fine, they get access to women, they get access to a lot of women, but when they are chasing something, just like the way they chase their dreams and their goals, if it's this that they're focused on, that's what they're focused on until it doesn't work out. Then they move on. Okay, so rather than having a list of exes who were trash, insecure, like treating you like trash, rather go with guys who embody that, like, success mindset, because there's less likely you're going to be in good rooms, you're going to meet good people, you're going to meet people who are going to push you. Even if the relationship doesn't end in marriage, they're going to push you, they're going to teach you a lot of good things. They're going to teach you how to be selfish, how to be confident, how to sell, how to talk, how to, just a lot of things you're going to learn. But these insecure guys, you're not going to learn anything other than how to cry, other than how to not trust. And that is not what we want. Okay, so that's the lesson I took out of this whole thing, and I hope it helped you. Let me know what you think in the comment below. Do you think pretty girls should be mean? Do you agree? Because I think it's what's going to help you. You being assertive and having boundaries and having standards, what's going to help you if you're a pretty girl. Because in fact, people don't even expect you to be a nice person. So when you're nice, it kind of like contradicts. So let me know. Is it okay to be pretty and nice? Are you a pretty and nice girl? Or you agree with the fact that being pretty and mean is what saves pretty girls? Let me know in the comment below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.